Hello, my name is Dele, and in this video I'm going to show you the power and flexibility the Gemini Workspaces give you. I'll start by showing you the difference between the workspace and a project. What I'm going to do is just click on this project here, the software development project, and Gemini takes me and shows me a list of all of the items of all of those types in the project. In effect, what Gemini has done is it's quite simply started off the filtering process by putting that particular project in the project filter. I can then come on and start to search within that list. So let's go and get me some things where the priority is high. There you go. Notice Gemini's instant filter. Now, this is an agile project and uses agile terminology. So I want high priority things that are in a particular sprint. But when I start to type the word sprint, notice Gemini can't find it. This is because I am looking at things purely through a project view. And the base view for Gemini is actually a version. So when I select to filter on my list of versions, what it's really showing me are sprints. Let's not use the project as a way of getting to those work items. Instead, I'll go back to my dashboard, and rather than click on the project, I'll come to this top left here and click on a workspace. Now this workspace filters exactly the same items. I'll prove it. If I search for items in the priority and the priority is high, there they are. But now Gemini also understands, because this is a workspace and is going to use the terminology of the workspace, that I can find things by a particular sprint. So that's one difference, is that the workspaces allow you to define how you wish to refer to the items, the elements, the attributes of a specific project. But here's what else workspaces let you do. The Gemini filter, even if we start at the dashboard and pick a specific project, works by simply putting that project as the first filter element. There is nothing to stop you from actually going and bringing other filter elements in. So now I'm looking at my software development and my help desk. And now I can say, well, go and get me my high priority tickets and software dev items. Gemini is quite happy and let me do this cross-project filtering and analysis. I could quite simply now either through the drop down here, create a workspace, or in the top left corner, use the shortcut icon and create a workspace. Let's just do that. So this is HPRI, 4-character key. I've already got a red, so let's use a pink. And let's call these high priority tickets and issues. See how easy that is? Now here's the terminology coming in. So now we're in a workspace. We have two different projects in which things are referred to slightly differently. Do I want to use agile development terminology and talk about sprints and stories, or do I want to use help desk terminology and talk about versions and tickets? Gemini lets me choose. It also lets me choose the views that I need in order to be able to track and manage these particular types of things. I'll click Add, and there you go. Simple workspace. Give me everything in agile development. Give me everything that is a high priority in these two projects. See how simple it is to create these views? But there is much, much more to Gemini Workspaces. What I'm going to do is, instead of filtering specific projects, I'm going to look across all my projects. And now I'm not going to use the high priority. Instead, I'm going to use an attribute that I have applied to multiple projects in the system. This is the job number. So I've created a job number called the Monster Mash 001 job number, and you can see it goes across 3 different projects: software development, QA and testing, and marketing. I'll create a workspace around this, and let's call it Monster Mash 01. We'll give it a color. Let's have that nice sort of golden color. And this is the Monster Mash campaign. This is something that I and several other people within the organization in different teams need to work on. I'm not going to use agile terminology. The majority of the work happening on here is marketing, so I'll use marketing. And instead of talking about sprints or versions, I'm going to talk about campaigns. I'll again just use the items on the board, and I've created my workspace. Now, all of the workspaces that I've created so far are private. They belong to me. I want to share this workspace with the other people in my environment who also have to have access to the Monster Mash campaign. So in the top right here, I'm going to open out this little slide out menu here and go and get myself some metrics that I and my colleagues are going to use. A little drop down here and you can see the long list of metrics. I'll have an open summary, a closed summary, total summary. I want to know how much time has been logged. I want to know what the status is, and I'll get myself a burn down by items. Why not? Click Save, and Gemini says, fine, these are the metrics that will be applied to your project, and at any time, at any point, based on whatever this workspace filters, you will be able to see those metrics. Now I want to share this. I've set up the metrics for my people. We've got some Excel reports that we could run. Who are the people who are working in here? Well, this is what's unassigned, and this is who's being targeted and what they've been assigned to. That's what Adam's doing, that's what Alan's doing, that's what Anna's doing. All I have to do is click, and Gemini then automatically applies the resource filter. So get them all back just by deleting that. Now I know who's working with me, and I want to share my workspace with them. So down in the bottom is the workspace configuration, little spanner and screwdriver, and we've seen this screen. There are a few things that we can do with this, but for now let's focus on the fact that we can share the workspace. When I share, I can choose to either allow people to have their own copy of the workspace, which they can go and change, and what a workspace contains is what it filters and the columns that it shows. Or I can lock and sync my changes and say, no, I will determine what it looks like and what it filters. And if I lock and sync, then we can also have chat enabled. So Gemini has chat built in. I can share either by groups, or I can share with individual users within those groups. Now I know that Alan and Anna are two such users, so I'm going to share this workspace with them. And I just click Save, and we're done. I'll just flip my view and I'll come in here and I'll log in as Alan. Alan immediately gets the workspace that I've shared with him, and it's got that double exclamation mark so that he knows that it came from someone else. If he clicks on it, it shows him what he can see. Now, I'll just flip back to my view. I'm a manager. I can see the software development, the QA, and the marketing. But you will notice that Alan is a tester. He has no visibility on the marketing, so he just sees the things that he needs to see. So a Gemini workspace will actually control the ability to share while respecting all of the permissions of the people who you share with. Let's see what Anna gets to see, and we'll just log out. And Anna is not only a user of this workspace. Anna in this example is actually a member of an outside agency, an end user by any other term. So let's log her in. Notice Anna gets to see only the marketing things because she's got the Gemini permission that basically says she can only see things that she creates and things that have been assigned to her. But in addition, because she's an outside person, we have the ability to show a completely different welcome message to Anna. So let's just have some interaction with Anna. I'm going to come in here and be myself, and I'll click on the chat and I'll say, hi Anna, what is the status of, and then I'm going to do this. I'll put a hash and I'll put in 198 and I'll have a little chat. Hi Anna, what is the status of hash 198? If we go and take a look at Anna's view, there it comes, the little number 1 to tell her that she has a chat waiting for her. So Gemini is proactively notifying her. Come out, look at the chat message, there it is. Hi Anna, what is the status of 198? Anna just has to click on that because the hash sign basically creates a hyperlink directly to the specific work item. Here it is. Anna might decide to come in, point, click, change, because Gemini has inline editing, so whatever you click on, you can change. You can say, you know what, this is actually now due in February. And there we go. Of course, Anna didn't need to do that. Let's go back to the workspace. Anna could just as easily have decided to select multiple items on the grid, come here, change them right there and then, because Gemini has inline editing everywhere. So Anna's made some changes. She can have a look at the hierarchical nature. I did actually ask her about 198, so maybe that's the one that she would want to come and change. But she's going to chat and she's going to say, hi, I've made the changes, whatever those changes are. I'll be me again. Come back in here. I can see Anna's chat coming in and Gemini starting to tell me about the notifications that are going on and things that are happening in the workspace. So workspaces are very much more than simple collections of information around a filter. They're actually a complete collaborative environment. Thank you.